Hello and welcome to the Decibel Boost podcast, the official music podcast of the website Surreal Resolution. I'm your host, Robert, with a very important message. Hashtag Kira should have won. And with me, I have...
Building a bridge across forever with the stranger in your soul, Alex.
And...
I'm Golden Globe winner. That's not me. That's not Golden. I mean, yeah, Mark.
The Golden Globes.
They were all drunk, you know it.
Well, you know they were. Why else would you think friggin' Donald Glover would name drop Migos and now he's number one on the Billboard charts? I don't understand this freaking world anymore, I swear.
Yeah, going to hell in a fucking handbasket.
Indeed we are.
Yeah, but still, I'm glad you want that.
Yes, it's a good show.
Very good show, yes.
Jolly good show indeed. I'm gonna be so sad when regular show's over.
We all are.
So, yeah, it's been a while since we've had one of these regular, three of us episodes just talking about the last week or so of crap. Although things have been a little bit light, this past week. We only really have about 4 songs and 4 news articles, I think. Maybe the counts will be,
5, but who's counting?
Yeah, 5.
Not me. I can't even math.
Well.
So, yeah. Though I suppose before we get in, I should ask, how was y'all's holidays?
It was excellent, aside from something that doesn't really deserve being talked about on the air.
Okay, then.
I worked a lot.
I'll tell you all about when we're done. But, yeah. Good holiday on my end. Got some goodies. Got Periphery 3 on vinyl. It sounds great. It looks better. And, Mark, no offense to you, but seeing Alabama lose last Monday night to Clemson was just, c'est magnifique, as the French would say.
That's not on me. I don't give a shit about that.
I know a lot of people do, and, too bad, suckers!
What about you, Mark?
Let's see. I own Kubo on DVD. I looked at a movie, but no family gave that to me. So yeah,
cool.
And nice.
Let's see. I watched all of Black Lagoon all Christmas and most of the throughout the New Year. So yeah, that's some good shit too.
Oh yeah,
that's a fun binge.
Yeah, it is. A well-deserved binge, and now, yeah, just. Just life, whatever. I'm just been working my ass off for 6 days a week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. As for me, I can't complain. I got a 12-pack of, beer was one of the gifts. It's like they know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could get drunk while watching Naruto.
Yeah. It's like they know you're in the early stages of alcoholism.
Early stages? Oh, please, I'm already well into it.
No, but seriously, it's not a laughing matter. Please seek help if you need it.
Hey, man, I can quit anytime I want to.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the audience.
Oh, yeah, all 5 people. Come on, how else are they supposed to get through this podcast without drinking? Oh, no, wait, that's the training stage.
Yeah, you're going to need alcohol for that show.
Roasted. And of course, I got me some, cool-ass video games. I got me Dark Souls 3, Doom, Pokemon Moon, both of the physical releases of Fire Emblem Fates, although I still need to get the DLC and actually get around to playing those games. But, and, as I believe I mentioned, I got racked up enough gift cards to be able to justify spending only $25 on a Yeti mic.
Woo!
Yoy!
Now I just need to actually get a pop filter for this thing.
Yeah, that would definitely help. That way you don't get all the hard P's.
Yes.
Yeah, it would help. Yeah.
Fun. So, yeah, those for our holidays. Well, there's basically nothing more to say after that, other than time to get into the songs and the news topics and the little goodie we have for the second half of this podcast. So, starting all the way here from the top, Suicide Silence, who are still around, apparently are dropping a self-titled album on February 24th, and they have released the first single from that album titled Doris. And boy, is it bad.
Oh, God.
Like,
Mitch Lucker did not die for this.
he did not die to get roasted by Jared Dines in the YouTube comments.
Oh, God. Yeah, this corn song is great.
That's... Oh, my God. Just... Okay, it might not sound all that bad at first. Like, it might just sound like typical deathcore. But then you get to the chorus, which, guess what, has clean vocals in it. And not even good ones. Like, they sound so off-key, if there even is a key here.
Are they trying to go for a raw, in-the-studio, one-take kind of thing with it? Because it doesn't work.
I mean, that's certainly what it sounds like, and I don't... Who's the vocalist? Is it still Eddie Hermida?
I think so. I don't know.
Because if he's doing the... Man, he can't do clean vocals at all. And as far as that, like, one take in the studio, that gets really apparent in, like, the last, I want to say last 45 seconds or so, where there's just kind of, like, the song kind of sounds like it's still going, but there's, like, this really awkward dead space where, like, the guitars is, like, it's almost like the guitarists forgot their parts were, and they're like, shit, what goes here? I don't know, maybe I'll just slam down a chord, maybe that'll help.
Yeah, this is not a very strong outing from what I call the band formerly known as Suicide Silence, because to me, much like with Slayer when Jeff Hanneman died, Suicide Silence is just not the same at all, and it hasn't been since Mitch Lucker died. You take out that element of the band, everything falls apart.
This is absolutely true, which is why I'll probably be I'll be probably passing on, you know, the self-titled album when it comes out, unless I'm exceptionally masochistic, which, you know, could always be the case.
Yeah. But I'm sure all the Hot Topic scene core girls are going to go gaga for it anyway.
Damn right. And moving on from that to pretentious indie schlock, the Flaming Lips have a new album dropping this week, actually. Their 14th, if I recall correctly. Man, these guys have been going on for a while. Now that I think about it.
14, damn.
Like, I think I remember the first time I ever heard about them was back in freaking middle school. Like, I think they might have, like, contributed some songs to, like, Cartoon Network promos or something.
Really?
And so...
Yeah, I think that might have been it.
Yeah, so they dropped the 4th single, which is actually the ending track from the album Oxy Melody, titled We a Family. And I actually have it spelled it wrong here in the Skype chat. It's Famly, how they choose to spell it, because... I don't know, because reasons.
Because poor literacy doesn't sell records.
Actually, I think it does. Who wants to buy a record that's grammatically correct?
Smart people, that's who.
And clearly there's not a lot of those in this country.
Well, not anymore.
Not unless you listen to this podcast, in which case you are smart.
Yes. You're a very smart bunch, unlike the people who listen to the training stage.
Or the people who host it, for that matter. No! But yeah, it's one of those, like, sort of electronic-ish kind of indie rock things, and it's kind of chill out song mostly. It's nice sounding. I don't really have much to comment on other than, apparently, Miley Cyrus is on this track.
Oh.
Because I guess she
Joy.
has to pay back
No
the Flaming Lips for when they worked on her last album, Miley Cyrus and Her Dead Pets. Which, need I remind you, gave us the ever so classic gem, Why They Put the Dick in the Pussy.
What the fuck?
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
And somehow I'm surprised Mike Wilmette isn't on this.
No, he is not. Although her voice sounds... It's not irritating, but it almost kind of sounds like she sounds really young on this. Like, they took, like, a recording from, like, her Hannah Montana days and I guess mixed it into this, you know? It's kind of weird to me. Although, I guess bland Miley Cyrus is better than skull-fucking you in a submission with annoyance Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. I have nothing to contribute because I am just sick to death over the not so indie rock scene right now. God,
I listened to 1 second of it and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna care about this.
Yeah, I hear enough of this shit on the radio. It's just, no, I'm done.
Yeah, so I guess we'll pass on that to something that I assume Mark will at least care about. A new Alicia Keys song, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Apparently, I heard this is either something that was left out of her album here, which was released 2 months back. It's a song called "Sweet Effin' Love." It's basically like a song that's this piano jazz type of song, which got this. It sounds like this very smooth, like this smooth central sound, and her keep saying "Sweet Effin' Love," and then all soft it sound like, and a spoiler alert, it's produced by Katryanada, the guy whose album I put on my number one list of albums.
Yep.
We should watch.
And if you haven't listened to that episode, what's wrong with you?
Anyway, I found out the track was posted by her husband, Swiss Beats, on SoundCloud. And it's like, yeah, this is a nice soft banger, which I thought, this sounds something like. This sounds like something you would definitely play in the bedroom, maybe a little bit. But it sounds nice. I was surprised this was on the album, even though I need to listen to it. But yeah, it's like it's alright. I can vibe to it.
Yep, and that's all there is to say on that. And for the last news song we have on the dossier, the last episode we did of 2016 was all about the Adult Swim Singles program. And one song that I believe was on both mine and Mark's favorites of that compilation was the Blanck Mass track D7 to D5. Now, usually when an artist is like on the compilation, it's either the year after they've released something or the year before they're about to release something. And sure enough, Blanck Mass in the last week announced a new album called World Eater that's coming out on March 10th. Courtesy of good old Sacred Bones Records. And he released the first single from the album titled Please. 7 minutes long, something that, drones on for that amount of time with this weird, it kind of starts out like this very ambient thing with this ambient beeps that it's kind of hard to, get the beat on until, the percussion kicks in. And there's a lot of these really, glitched out vocal effects. But I kind of like it because it's mixed. The vocals are kind of mixed in that 1-0-Tricks Point Never-ish kind of style, where it really warbled and pitch shifted, really down low. And it's just, a neat song to just kind of vibe out to,
Yeah, oh yeah, I totally what you're saying. I do love the way the vocal effects go please, you get a sense of peril and danger in there. And yeah, I do agree that it does sound like something I hear from Launch's Point Never. This song sounds solid. I liked it.
So remember, World Eater, March 10th. Because Blanck Mass is a good musician. You should be listening to them. And also be listening to Fuck Buttons, although I don't think they'll ever be getting back together soon.
Fuck Buttons.
Yeah. So, that's basically the only new songs that we found past week. So now we move on to the news topics. Starting off with Sanrio, who, as you should all know, is the really huge Japanese multimedia company known for creating Hello Kitty and other characters, I'm assuming. I don't know, I honestly can't name any of Hello Kitty's friends off the top of my head. I know there's a penguin and a frog. They have names, right?
I'm sure they do.
So, yeah, they're, Sanrio's constantly making, new mascots under their, company banner, just constantly expanding their brand. And most recently, within the past week, they've unveiled their newest mascot, a red panda named Aggretsuko. Like I said, Red Panda works some kind of administrative office job, and much like all of us probably in that position, she occasionally can't deal with the stress of it. Or, wait, is it a he? I actually don't know.
It's a she.
Oh, yeah, she. So, whenever Aggretsuko gets a chance to, slip out of the office, she decides to blow off some steam in the most relatable way possible. Death metal karaoke!
Spirit animal, come to us!
Yes, it is literally me as a Hello Kitty character. Seriously, I've never related so much to a Japanese mascot in my life.
You was a panda, I can see that.
Yeah. What's actually neat about
that's
this...
just cold, man.
What's actually neat about this is the background of this character is relatable to pretty much, I would say a majority, I don't want to give a number, but a majority of businesswomen in Japan who have to work an office job, need to blow off some steam either by drinking or going out, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes the stress gets too much, so you got to work those extra hours. But this has the added touch of the character Aggretsuko letting off steam by just belting out some hardcore death metal. What's not to love about that?
And it's freaking legit. Like, if you go to the Sanrio Twitter and you can find, like, the little clip, it's some legit death metal she's belting out.
It's awesome.
God bless you, Japan.
Yeah.
Now, just don't keep us waiting forever for part 5 of JoJo's.
Yeah. Or Kingdom Hearts 3.
It's gonna come soon, damn it! I haven't been playing through 10 years of handheld spin-offs for nothing. I may be a bit of a Kingdom Hearts.
10 years later.
Really?
Now, moving on from news that makes me happy to news that's just... why?
Okay.
So, remember Soulja Boy Tell 'Em?
No, I don't wanna.
No, I don't.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I don't remember anything past 2007.
Okay, if you say so. Now, for those of you who forgot, he did that one song with a viral dance, then pretty much never went anywhere after that. Although apparently he still does shit, I guess. I don't know. Seriously, last time I ever thought about him was when freaking Muse and Rap Critic reviewed the documentary of him. But anyway, in what I assume is a desperate bid for relevance, he's been, trying to pick fights with people much more relevant and famous on him over the internet. Perhaps most recently, giving several call-outs to Chris Brown on Instagram. For what? I'm not completely sure. Apparently the two have been beefing for a while because, I don't know, I think it has something to do with, like, Rihanna hanging out with Soulja Boy right after the aftermath of, the fucking assault.
Oh.
It's hard to think. It's been almost a decade since that happened, and it's still somehow relevant. And just to give you an idea of just how far this has gone, the two of them, Soulja Boy and Chris Brown, are apparently going to have a pay-per-view broadcasted fist fight in Vegas in March.
Oh my God.
3 rounds. And let me see who's actually, because I know, okay, Floyd Mayweather is going to be coaching Chris Brown, and I believe Soulja Boy is being coached by none other than everyone's favorite mystery solver, Mike Tyson.
Oh damn.
Wow, you got probably the two most not positive role models in boxing to coach him. Well, I guess it fits with the personas.
Yes, the personas of, wow, this is just sad for everyone involved.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if this really qualifies as funny, because I would think that technically, no matter who wins, we all win, because we get to see one of them punched in the face. But then again, I don't know. What do I really have to pay attention to this?
Not really, no.
No.
I wasn't.
And for what it's worth, nobody should ever pay money to see this.
Sad thing,
at all, for whatever reason.
I'm going to bootleg.
Or, just make like that one episode of Black Jesus and get your super smart tech friend to jack someone's cable.
Or just watch it online, because there's like a billion fucking illegal streams out there.
Indeed. Yep. And speaking of has-beens from the 2000s who are trying to be relevant, remember when American Idol was a thing?
Unfortunately.
Nope.
And there was that one season where the big winner was Carrie Underwood, who I don't even know if they're still around. Now, the runner-up...
She's doing stuff.
Yeah, I guess. Stuff and things. Anyway, the runner-up from that season was Bice, who you might know as a white guy. Who I guess did stuff.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. Now, apparently he's been in the news in the past week for what is probably one of the biggest temper tantrums thrown by an irrelevant musician that I can remember recently. There was an incident at an airport's Popeyes. Let me see where specifically this was. Yeah, this was at Atlanta International Airport. He, got an order at Popeyes because why would you not? They have good chicken. Better than KFC, at least. And when they called his order, the staff referred to him as, and let me just quote here, that white boy over there. And now, I know what you're thinking. What's so bad about that? Well, the truth is nothing, really. I mean, on the list of things that you could call Bo Bice to piss him off, I could think of much worse. Like, you're an irrelevant shit biscuit who hasn't mattered in the past fucking 12 years and you're gonna fucking die alone.
Oh, that's cruel.
See, that's way worse than just calling him that white boy, but that didn't stop him from, whining and demanding an apology, even ranting on Facebook that this is somehow a racist double standard.
Okay, let me get up on my soapbox for a minute. Number one, yeah, fast food workers don't care about their jobs at all. You should know that. Everyone should know that. They're only there for a paycheck. They don't care about you. Number two, why do white people so desperately want to be discriminated against? Like, is it some kind of innate reflex from seeing just about every other person in the world get discriminated against, and they're going, hey, I want to feel that way too. I want people to discriminate against me because I'm seeing this everywhere.
The victimhood complex is strong with them.
Yeah. We call these people professionally upset. God.
And I'm like, again, one, there's much worse things you can be called than that white boy. Second, I want to pull this one quote here, because there is a golden quote here. If tables had been turned and I used something as insensitive like that, I would be boycotted, people wouldn't buy my albums, there would be people coming and picketing at my shows. To which I would respond, it's 2017, Bo Bice. Who the fuck is still buying your albums? And who the hell is buying tickets to your shows? Are you even performing shows anywhere? Shows? Not that I've seen.
God.
So, again, just much like Soulja Boy, just a desperate stab at relevance. But, at least we got a good laugh out of this.
Or maybe it's just viral marketing for Popeyes. You never know.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. Too bad the closest one's like a half hour away, I think. Anyway, moving on to our last two stories, both concern big festival announcements. First up, the Coachella Music Festival, the third whitest thing to ever be associated with the art of music besides Fish and Bo Bice.
Relevant.
So, the festival, as always, it takes place across 2 different weekends. April 14th to the 16th and April 21st to the 23rd. The lineup's basically the same across all 3 weekends. Now, the 3 big headliners. The Friday headliner is Radiohead. Ugh. The Saturday headliner is Beyonce. And the one real good one out of all of them, the Sunday headliner, Kendrick Lamar.
Woo!
And then, of course, there's all the artists that are mixed in throughout all the other days. Just to give you a quick overview, there's the XX, Father John Misty, Mac Miller, Mac DeMarco, Bon Iver, DJ Snake, Future, Schoolboy Q, Gucci Mane, Cinema Club, Tycho, Lord, Justice, Porter Robinson, DJ Khaled, and here's a surprising one, Hans Zimmer. Yes.
What, is he just gonna bomb for an hour? What gives?
Well, I mean, to be fair, would that be any different than a DJ Khaled or Future set?
DJ Khaled.
Either way, it's just gonna be bomb.
Yeah.
You played yourself.
Yeah.
By the way, you said Lord. Don't you mean, I am Lord, la 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 la, I am Lord? Don't you mean that?
Yeah, I am Lord. When the hell's that new album happening?
Probably soon.
Who knows?
Hopefully soon. And anyway, the last story for this week, the other festival announcement, the 7th annual Governors Ball in good old New York City. Or wait, is it New York City?
New York.
Yeah, New York City. Now, of course, this has been going on for like 7 years at this point, and this one has a much more interesting lineup than Coachella, specifically because of the top billed band. The top billed act for this year's edition of the festival is the first time a metal act is actually headlined, and of course, it is Tool.
I would be more excited if I knew when that fucking new album's coming out.
I assume this is just them procrastinating.
As always.
Yes, as friggin' always. But this, you know, I think I've mentioned this before on the podcast, but I saw Tool live during my senior year of high school, and it was a fucking magnificent experience. So I might be inclined to save up some money just to go to this, just for Tool. Although there is, you know, some other pretty good stuff in the lineup as well. You know, you got Wu-Tang Clan.
All right. Yeah.
Logic.
Yep.
Chance the Rapper, and Childish Gambino, which is interesting because there's been some rumors circulating recently that the two might collaborate on a project together.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing of that around recently.
There's Fantogram, Mac DeMarco, Schoolboy. I think I mentioned Schoolboy Q. Mark Ronson and Kevin Parker. Lord again.
Yeah, I am Lord. Yeah.
Franz Ferdinand, you know, that one band who did that one song that convinced you to buy a PSP.
God, I still hear that song on the radio.
Which is a shame, because they do some pretty good music, so it's kind of a shame that's only like their one claim to fame, but I don't make the rules. So, yeah, and there's a bunch of other stuff here, too. Much of it is unfamiliar to me. But yeah, this entire festival is happening, let's see, June 2nd through the 4th, in Randall's Island Park. So, if you have cash to kill to travel to New York for this here festival, then, you know what? Go for it, man. I might as well. Because, you know, Tool.
Right.
And maybe I can find them in the bathroom and then bug them about the new album.
Okay. And then it goes, Daddy, who's this Cuban motherfucker in this room?
I will find out the truth. This is America. I thought it was America. Freedom of speech. Where's the new album?
Now, are you gonna say that before or after Maynard James kicks you in the balls?
Before and after.
We really need this new album, goddammit. We really need it.
It's been 10 fucking years, goddammit. So, yeah, that covers all the new songs and all the news topics for the past week. So, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to have our little goodie, which, just a heads up, is our second ever album review ever. Of what? Well, you just have to listen and hear. And we are back. So, what is the album that we have now on the chopping block? Well, what else could it really be? Get ready, kids. Throw a double finger with a fist. It's RTJ3, motherfuckers. Boom! Yes. As a little neat surprise over the holidays, the kind gentleman known as Murderous Michael and Sir LFP, wow, this is the dorkiest thing I've ever said on this podcast, they graced us with RTJ3 pretty early. It was originally slated for January 13th, you know, this Friday, but, hey, you know, we're done like a free Christmas gift.
Yeah, free music.
Perhaps you could call it a Christmas fucking miracle.
I see what he did there.
Yeah.
Sort of. I'm not completely sure, but it's funny when people say fucking. So, yeah, I assume you should all know who Run the Jewels is. The rap duo consisting of Atlanta rapper Killer Mike and New York rapper LP, introduced by Jason DeMarco from Adult Swim, and they've basically been working together exclusively for the past, 5 years or so. And, of course, this being their third studio effort, it was obviously pretty hyped because, dude, it's Run the Jewels. Their past two albums have been fucking great.
Oh, yeah. Some of the best rap albums I've ever heard.
Fucking just, those motherfuckers got game. Game recognized game, and those motherfuckers got and know the game.
They've been doing some good shit for the past, for the past 5 years.
Yeah, so if you've heard their prior albums, you know that they definitely know how to spit some fire. And you definitely get a lot of that, obviously sprinkled out to this album. Like with the first single that was released, that Adult Swim single, Talk to Me, where they just assert how badass they are. Especially over this, really, building beat that's got the really cool guitar stuff, the weird vocal samples, and even, the bombastic low brass at the end when, Mike is really, getting all up in your face,
Oh yeah, definitely that.
And, of course, you get some, pretty great interplay from Mike and L. Let me see if I can find, one of my favorite line here. Rhyme animal, pitbull terrier, rap terrorist, terrorize, tear it up, bought gas in the matches, flare it up, militant Myco, psycho. Again, the flow of that is so beautiful. And, fucking L, even finds a way to work in some shit about baby Jesus and Hitler. The ever so great philosophical conundrum of our time.
Oh, and who could forget this one line that was got so many people. This one line that I noticed when LP said, "No me senpai."
That's later. One. That's in the song "Oh Mama," which, oh my god, that line. That is a beautiful line. I hope it becomes this generation's equivalent of Mom's Spaghetti. But yeah, Oh Mama, it's a song. I know about the song that's got a lot of attitude to it, but it's also one of those ones that kind of rides sort of the thin line between attitude and, being pretty moody. If you listen to the chorus, it's my mama said that I'm not living right. She said I'm crying on ya. She said I waited up for you all night. I said I'm trying, mama. And that's kind of another thing you notice, going through the album. Overall, it's probably the moodiest record that RTJ has done. There's a lot of, I guess you would call it, bluesy, melancholic kind of attitudes to it. Hell, that's how the album opens up with the first track, Down, with this kind of almost film noir-ish kind of beat with its echoing kind of guitars and stuff. And, Mike's hoping he never has to go back to the days of, being a criminal drug dealer,
Oh yeah.
Right. And just, that beautiful sung chorus by, I believe, Joy is their name?
Yeah, Joy. Yeah,
Joy Gilliam.
Yeah, it really adds to just the sort of depressing nature of it.
Mm-hmm.
Other tracks that kind of have, that moodiness to them. There's obviously the previously released 2100, which I'd say is the single most depressing song RTJ has written. They're just kind of so frustrated and depressed at the state of things and how terrible 2016 has been. Which,
Yeah.
And since this week's after the you know what.
Yeah, it's the day after, the incident.
Yeah, they're just so, upset at how things have pretty much been going, and they just can't deal with it anymore. 'Tis a sad, sad thing.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up thing.
Sad state of affairs.
Also, more moody is in the song Thieves, which the two of them are more or less kind of describing, police brutality and the effects that it can have on, people and families and stuff. L's verse, when he starts, it gives this really great description, coming live at 5, we got new news breaking, you heard it here first, if you don't die waiting, hard to review the scene, I just seen, I'ma try to convey, but it defies explaining. There's folks crying, nothing but broken heart sobs and the shrieks of the sirens. It's almost, this kind of lyricism is almost Ghostface Killah levels of, really just intricate and, painting that image. And it's really, it's kind of heartbreaking in a way.
All right. What makes all these movie tracks work is that they offer or not offer, but they contribute to a dichotomy of some of the more uplifting and triumphant songs, like Call Ticketron.
That's, yes, that one, where it's just kind of like, you know, them bragging about more, another one of those, like, sort of braggish raps about, like, how awesome they are, and we fuck shit up all the time. Not to mention one of the cooler uses of sampling, because it has that little, you know that old song, It Takes Two? You know, It Takes Two to make a thing.
Yeah.
It's got that, or however you do.
Oh, yeah, that, yeah.
You know, the friggin' bane of my existence.
Yeah. Yeah! Whoa! That one.
Yeah, and there's one of the better, like, cooler mic parts where he's kind of rapping, you know, through this, like, really cool set of lyrics really fast. Kind of, it almost kind of sounds like he's doing, like, the rap god thing, because, like, I obviously can't rap that fast, but he's saying, like, I'm the Summa Llama, Duma Llama, Danger Dickle, do your mama skeeter with the Peter, never eater, tell her see you later, holla about tomorrow, baby, I ain't gonna I see, I can't even do it slow.
When my pop, pussy pop, a color, pop a pill, then no pill should be the damn, I fucked that up.
But yeah, that song is, you know, a pretty cool banger, but it is one of the more, I guess, low-key ones. It's not as obnoxious as some of the other banger tracks. Like, for example, my favorite, like, beat on the album is on track 3, Legend Has It, where it's, you know, there's that reverberating vocal sample, and then it has, like, the low brass, like, dun, 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 dun. And not to mention with some healthy guitars, you know, thrown in there. Shit, there's even, like, a random, like, skark! Like, just randomly in there. It's just, it's so in your face.
And you even though no fact that Mike and LP have perfect chemistry when we come and spitting bars. It's like back and forth, like back to Mike, then LP, Mike and LP. Then you can say before these two gel well on a track, and it shows.
And if you want,
and the crowd goes RTJ.
And the crowd goes RTJ. Yeah, that was gonna be like a fucking like killer at live shows. And another one I can tell you is probably gonna be like one of those like mandatory live bangers. Fucking Hey Kids (parentheses Boomaye).
I knew you were gonna mention that one at some point because it has your boy Danny Brown.
Yes, it does. And yes, this, oh my god, just the way this song's freaking, just, man, it goes just so hard. It's fucking gorgeous. As like, and also a fighting little notice, in L's verse, the first lines are like, I'm the fucking tits, I hold no regard for no fucking miss, I lived half my life to give half my cash to these half-man imps, which I think is kind of like a little bit of a nod to, God, what was it? Oh My Darling Don't Cry from RTJ2. Because he also has a similar line about, like, fucking, like, half-man imps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And of course, you know, at the end, you got your boy Danny Brown, you know, as he say, bringing that freaking Xanax flow, make you nod your head. It's just, so beautiful.
Yeah, so we have Triumph, we have Somber Reflection, and of course, a little bit of political talk, like with the track that came out first in the Awesome Singles program, Talk to Me.
Yes, especially with that line, you know, dissing Donald Trump and the whole All Lives Matter thing.
Yeah. Beautiful. And
then, you know, as we mentioned, thieves, you know, victims of police brutality and all that. Let me see.
Yeah.
Then you have, let's see, what track was it? You, of course, have the ending track, which, at least according to the download, kind of has it like two songs kind of daisy-chained to each other. There's A Letter to the Shareholders, and then, of course, the song which I think all of us agree is probably the single finest track on the album, Kill Your Masters.
Oh, absolutely.
Which, if I had to link it back to RTJ2, I'd say this is basically the equivalent of the big single from that album, Close Your Eyes and Count to Fuck. And I'm not just saying that because it has Zach De La Rocha on it, although, yeah, Zach De La Rocha on this, and he fucking kills it. It's a similar one of those, like, you know, anti-authority, just freaking obsessed with, like, just how shit things have gone. Like, L's verse, like, he starts like, this life will stress you like Orson Welles on the radio, war after war, the world will make all your saneness go, and these invaders from Earth twerk on our graves, you know, can't wait to load up on the silos and make your babies glow. Oof. Yeah, just, And then, of course, you have Mike, who, as always, has his axes to grind with the freaking elite, whether it be your corporate masters or religion, what have you. Which, you know, if he's the rapper dissing religion, that I can get behind. And, of course, Zach, just bringing that straight fire and making me wonder when that solo album is ever coming out. It should be coming out soon, I think.
Yeah. We can just go ahead and call Zach De La Rocha the unofficial third member from the Jewels at this point.
Indeed. Yeah. So, you know, that again, like I said, just the way it covers like so many moods and ideas. And if you want an example of my favorite moody track on the album, it would be Thursday in the Danger Room.
Oh yeah, that's what my favorite track of the other album.
Yeah, which the song is kind of, you know, them discussing like close friends of theirs whose lives were taken like way too soon. And again, it kind of has that film noirish vibe with a healthy dose of jazz saxophone, courtesy of big name jazz artist Kamasi Washington, who I really need to listen to.
Yeah, so do I. I really dig his sax. I mean, his sax on the song.
Yeah, the song, you know, it's very, you know, kind of this depressing existentialist, you know, why do the good die young kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. It's very personal to both of them. Cause I think I know like LP. You were talking about. I think when somebody from his Defender Jux label that died recently, way back. I forgot who. I know it's somebody from there. I can't think of the name, but I think it might have something to do with that. And I know Mike was talking about his friend that got killed all because of a chain, which is of course a damn shame because it's like all of getting killed all because of fucking chain. Which now I get why the chain wasn't. Do I get? Not trying to get why the chain, like, you know how usually like the past album label of the album covers that they got the chain. Well, you know, with this time, the chain's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that shit now.
Yeah, that's still like the main thrust of the album. Although you do find a couple songs like sort of about one song that I think kind of stands out to me is the song "Stay Gold." You know, where it's. The song is basically just them, you know, rapping more or less about, you know, fucking bitches and stuff. But here, the main thrust of it is that, and I kind of find this kind of an interesting, like, dichotomy, but a bit of paradox, because they're rapping about hanging out with bad bitches, but it's from the perspective of, like, guys who are actually, like, in committed relationships, and they're happy with it. Like, they got, like, you know, bad girls, but it's all theirs, and, you know, get happy, which is, you know, kind of an interesting thing, because they're usually rappers are all like, I fuck every bitch in the club. It's like, nah, man, Mike and L, there's only this one bitch for me, man.
Commendable.
Friggin' might have a wife and kid.
Yeah, friggin' Lucky L, he's like, I got a bad girl, I got a brain with an ass girl. I'm like, dude, that's the dream right there, man.
That's sexy.
Yeah.
A brain with an ass.
Isn't that what we all want?
What we all should want.
So, yeah, as we mentioned, so that's kind of just all over what, like, the lyrics are. And, of course, like, the beat work is what you expect a lot from RTJ, you know, very sample-helpy. There's lots of, you know, sax and low brass, guitars and all that. And, you know, it just works and creates some really, you know, great hooks, you know, on and off. Shit, I'm still thinking about, like, the sax lines from Thursday in the Danger Room. So good.
So
Yeah, and those, like, you know, bombastic guitars and brass and stuff like Legend Has It. It's just all these songs. How is it that these guys are still, like, so consistently, like, great, like, 3 albums in? Usually they would you'd think an artist would drop the ball at this point, but nah, man.
They be busy hard at work. I think like, you know, we gotta make this album we gotta make this album good. Like, we're not gonna fuck up. We're not gonna we're not gonna be lazy. We're gonna do our thing, and we're gonna make sure our fans, our people, even newcomers, they'll fucking love us.
Yep. And one other song I feel like I wanted to mention was another one of the really great songs, Don't Get Captured, which kind of touches on both, like, you know, the police brutality thing and sort of some of, you know, the existential fears of living in modern society where, you know, guys who are, like, get either caught up in, you know, gang violence and the way their lives sort of get screwed by corrupt politicians and all that, as well as how the corporate system sort of forces you into this dead-end existence. Again, to quote L, we just realized, I think L has a lot of, like, LP seems to have more of a presence on time than before, because he has a lot of, like, the really, you know, cool as fuck verses. Like, just to quote his verse here, "Good day from the house of the haunted. Get a job in a house, get a coffin. Don't stray from the patches, stay where you at. It maximizes our profit." Is that blunt? Oh, well, hell, so's this boot.
Really, please don't shoot. Appear the light come on, make my when I have a pause for fight when I write.
I'm telling you, like, it seems like he definitely, like, he and Mike both stepped up their game, because I think, to illustrate, like, the dichotomy between the two, like, Mike has always been a more emotional, soulful kind of rapper. Like, if you listen to his raps, yeah, sure, there's some of that, you know, southern, just, you know, over-the-top persona, but there could be some, you know, more somber R&B-ish kind of moments. Like, to quote, let me see if I can find here, to quote from A Message to the Shareholders, why isn't this loading, goddammit? Oh, here it is. Just to find, okay, let's see, as I rap this verse right now, got tears flowing down my chocolate chin, told the truth and I've been punished for it, must be a masochist cause I done it again. Just stuff like that. He's always been the more, I guess, soulful, emotional guy. Meanwhile, L is just, you know, the more of the savage, so to speak. He's just, But even then, they can both be, like, fire when they need to, you know? They sort of, you know, balance out each other's excesses as the best tag team duo since, you know, chicken and deep fryers. I have no idea where I was going with that metaphor. I don't even know why I said that.
I didn't know either.
But you get my point. It's just 3 albums in, and the two just continuously prove themselves as the best duo in the game right now, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the feats they got, they did the damn thing on there too. Like Joy did a part, Diddy Brown did his thing. I'm surprised at this one. Trina on Panther Like a Panther. Like, wait, that Trina from back in the damn, I ain't heard it. I ain't heard her ass in a long ass while.
I have no idea who that is, but, you know, she definitely contributes, like, some much-needed, you know, fire to the hook.
Yeah.
And I just want to bring up the ending, like, her line in the hook, everybody down, throw the pistol and fist, which, you know, that's, if they ever get to perform that live with her, that's gonna be one of the fucking, like, big crowd moments right there. The pistol and fist, man, that's just how it rolls. Yeah, this is just, again, so very good. It's almost like neck and neck with RTJ2 for their best so far. It's just tough to say, because damn, so good.
It's that fucking great. I can't stop listening to it. Like this is they really improved so from they really up the ante from RTJ2. I wonder how the next album will do. It's like how can they go from RTJ3 to whatever they go to next?
Only time.
Well, clearly
will
it's going to be RTJ4. Not unless they switch up the name scheme and call it RTJ Switch. That's a little video game.
That would
humor
never work
for you people out there. So yeah, our overall verdict, I'm gonna say we're all clearly in agreement. Buy it. Buy it.
Yeah, buy it.
That actually reminds me, I need to go out and buy the vinyl because it's coming out someday. This is coming out.
It is.
Yep.
So now with the review completed, and thank you for listening to us ramble about an album that you clearly should be listening to. Buy it. Sorry. Yeah. So just to round this out, we're going to give you the new album releases for January 13th, 2017. With, of course, the first being the physical release of RTJ3. And then, as mentioned before, there's the new Flaming Flips album, Oxy Melody. The newest album from one of Alex's favorite bands, Pain of Salvation, In the Passing Light of Day.
Yeah!
The newest album from metalcore act Code Orange, titled Forever. There's the new Sepultura album, Machine Messiah. You know, if you still care about the band formerly known as Sepultura. And last but not least, the newest album from electronic group The XX titled I See You.
Well, where?
So hopefully you spend your money on one of these albums instead of something stupid like, I don't know, going to the theater to watch a movie called The Bye Bye Man.
The fuck is that? I'm still fucking that damn
God.
Who's scared of this fuck called The Baba?
Hollywood doesn't make sense to me anymore.
You'd think someone would have stepped in at some point and said, no, this is stupid, but I guess not. Then again, we're all talking about the same film industry that thought a movie about emojis was a good idea, so I don't even know what to believe anymore.
Then again, it's January. Of course, movies this month are going to be, not as great.
I mean, the only one that looks kind of maybe it'll be okay is that one about the guy who founded McDonald's, but that's kind of a low bar to clear, to be honest.
Wait, that's this month?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you're forgetting about the new magnum opus of cinema, Monster Trucks.
A movie that a film executive's 4-year-old came up with.
Daddy, let's make monster
Not even
trucks.
kidding, that's real. Look that up.
Daddy, let's make a movie about monster trucks. Son, I'm at work right now. Can you tell me? No, monster trucks. Okay.
Oh, brat. So, that'll do it for this week's episode of the Decibel Boost podcast. As always, this is where we like to, sign out, clean house, get the hell out of here to, watch our, animes or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So, Alex, where can they find you on the internet?
Well, I'm sure you all know by now, but if you don't, Aura of Azure, Azure, and you can go there to watch me torture myself, or not, with daily rounds of Inuyasha and Fairy Tail, because I'm insane.
Hey.
Well, I'm only watching Fairy Tail, because, at least that has the potential to be good. I learned my mistakes from Inuyasha the first time.
Fuck you too, Rob.
I love you, Alex.
Go to the corner.
No. Mark, where can they find you?
Okay, yeah, I'm on Twitter, of course, via Mac Java Media, and of course my own site, the Hybrid One, at thehybridone.wordpress.com, where I am looking at winter 2007 anime, and it's not so fucking good. Fucking handshakers.
Oh my god, dude, I'm pretty sure Xavier Renegade Angel has better animation than that.
In this.
Yeah.
One girl has some boobs bouncing. I swear, I wanted to do the RTJ3. Again, they would explode.
Hey, it could be worse. She could be listening to the new Suicide Silence track.
They just die. They would.
So, as for me, you can find me on Twitter at Rob Barracuda. You can find me on Instagram and AskFM at Rob Barracuda. Although I think I might switch from AskFM, because have you ever tried going there on your mobile phone? It's basically fucking malware central.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, you can also find me on YouTube by searching Rob Barracuda, which is where you're more than likely listening to this podcast. While you're there, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification. That way you can always be immediately notified whenever new episodes of the podcast go up. And of course, this is the official music podcast of the website Surreal Resolution, which you can follow on Twitter at Surreal Rezo, as well as visit us online, www.surrealresolution.com. And don't forget about the podcast on its own subdomain, decibelboost.surrealresolution.com, where you can go there, listen to the archives of past episodes, and while you're on the site, listen to our gaming podcast, The Training Stage, where Tyler, Joey, and John give you all the goings-on in the video game industry. And in fact, they're doing like their own Game of the Year award things where you can, go and vote. Shit, you can find it on the Surreal Resolution Twitter. So go there, vote for, I don't know, you're probably just going to vote Overwatch for every category anyway, so.
It's guaranteed to have less salt than the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, that's for sure.
Oh, shit.
Again, hashtag Kira should have won. Yeah. Oh, and don't forget, I think the animation on Yuri on Ice is terrible. Let me, spam the same 2 screenshots to prove my point, because I know how to argue a point well. I'm so smart.
God God.
Whatever. And while you're on the site, be sure to check out all of our great written content. You know, we got game reviews, we got movie reviews, anime stuff. In fact, Alex will, for the next season or so, be covering the new season of Blue Exorcist.
Yes, because I'm the only person alive who actually likes Blue Exorcist.
Well, then again, on the site, you liked it. Well, shit.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, Alex.
So says the one guy who likes Tokyo Ghoul.
At least that show is actually interesting. And, you know, I still need to check with Tyler on this, but there's a chance I might be covering something this season, so stay tuned for that if it happens. Of course, you can be sure to jump into the Discord chat where you can, you know, converse with all the guys from the site about whatever your heart desires, from music to movies to dank memes and everything in between. Hell, you could talk to us about the new Pink Guy album, which is in the top 30 on the Billboard 200 charts.
It's amazing. Great album, too.
I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. I really got to get on that. And as always, shout out to producer Mr. E for graciously letting me use his music for this podcast. Links to all his shit down in the description. Well, of course, that'll do it for this week, and the first Decibel Boost of 2017. So, until next time, again, seriously, how the fuck did the guy from Erased get more votes than Kira?
You're the nice one. Get over it.
You know what? I'm gonna say something, but I'm a mass kid.